Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I got a classic for you guys. Today I'm going to be doing my review of Boom, the Starmax bomber from Starcom by Coleco. Now this was actually a really cool toy line. It didn't make it big because of the toy wars that, it was unfortunately overshadowed by Star Wars and other more popular space, style toys. But these were actually pretty cool toys. What they did was they used a mix between simple mechanics and magnets for their play features. So this was the flagship of the toy line, the Starmax Bomber. And I'm going to take some time to show you a little bit about this thing. So, without any further ado, roll that intro. Here we have the Starmax Bomber. Now, this thing was always a really cool looking spaceship. I always loved the overall look to it. So first thing we're going to do is give it a quick rotation. All right, there it is from the front. This side and around to the back. All right. And we're going to take the tray out of here because we're not really going to need that for this video. Here's a nice shot of it from the top. Really cool looking jet. I do like the overall look to it. Like I said earlier, these toys were a combination between magnets and simple motorized parts. So first off, turn this crank and the front landing gear comes down. So you can put it down just like this. Now, one of the hardest things to get with one of these is one with a white body. Most of them out there has been out in the sun or on display in a shelf somewhere, and the bodies have yellowed. So anytime you get one with a good white body like this, it's going to cost you money because most of them are already yellowed out. Now, if you're somebody who's good at taking out yellowing in plastics, then you could probably go with the more yellowed body and then clean it up and make it white again. But for the most part, finding one with a good white body is very hard to find. And while we're talking about stuff like that, the other hard thing to find is these two guns, these side guns. 9 out of 10 times, the pieces that these things are missing are these two side cannons. So when you get one with the side cannons, you've done very well, but you're going to pay a lot of money for that. So now let's start getting into all the really cool things about this ship. So first, it comes with a pilot. All right, so this is the pilot here. He's about, I'm going to say, mask size. He's probably about the same size as the mask figures, so that is pretty cool. He does have simple points of articulation, so the head does move. All right. He has a joint here at the elbow, or actually at the shoulder. You got a thigh joint and a knee joint. Now, they do come with a visor, but unfortunately, mine does not have that visor. But he's still a cool looking little guy. All right, put him over there. And it does come with a couple missiles. Actually, bombs. So there's 4 of these. So you got 1. All right. 2. 3. And there they go. And last but not least, 4. All right. And they all fit in this little missile compartment right here in the back. All right. So you see that? So what happens is they all load in. Oops. And then there's this little plastic piece that you turn like this. All right. And that locks them in. So they don't fall out once you do that. Now, when you look at it, you got this spin piece here, and there's a hole in the bottom. So if you rotate this, the bombs come out. Let me see if I could get one more for you. There you go. So that's your bombing action. That's why it's a Starmax bomber. All right. Oops. Hands don't work as well as they used to. Oh. There you go. Set it like that so they all fit in there. And boom, lock it in. So that's the bombing feature, which is pretty neat. And when you come around to this side, your wings do go up like that. So if they were going to store it like on a docking bay or something, wings go up, makes it easier to load them in. You have this cannon here, which this piece comes out, and it does rotate all the way around and so forth, so they can also be rear firing cannons. All right, right here you have the switch for this canopy. All right, so you lift your, actually those don't need to be lifted up. So you open up this up, and that makes it so you could get two figures. Let's see if we could get a good look in there. Two figures inside there. All right, and it does have a magnetic floor, so you could put your guy in there, and as you can see, he doesn't fall out because there's a magnetic floor. So that's a good way to keep your figures in there without having them falling all over the back of the ship. All right, I already showed you the crank for the main landing gear. You got this red cannon here where the barrels go up this way, and this can also do a complete 360. Now on either side you have another set of cannons that come out of the side here. So if you look at it like this, you can see the two side cannons, which is pretty neat. So it has all sorts of hidden goodies on it, and then these just close back up. All right, come around to this side, you have this button here. Lift this up, that opens up. That allows you to put your pilot in this main pilot seat. Oh, I know what that is. All right. So he could sit in here just like that. Close up the canopy, and you're good to go in there. All right. Now, when we look at the side and the back of this, you have two magnetic spots for either ships to hook on or for your guy to stand. So you have a magnet on the top. All right. And you have magnetic strips here on the side. So you have that one there and that one there. All right. Now, this is for another ship. There's actually a smaller ship that will fold up, and then you can actually put it on top. At this point in time, I do not have that smaller ship. If I wind up getting one, obviously I will be doing a review of that. Now, you got your simple mechanics. So this piece here, when you flip this ship, this switch here, opens up the back, and you have storage area for more figures and what have you. Now, mine, the motor does work, but it doesn't work that great. You got to remember that this toy is probably over 40 years old. So you hit this button, and like I said, unfortunately, the motor's a little weak on this one. There are ways to repair it, you know, so I might look into that in the future. But yeah, so the back opens up. You get these doors that come down. So now you can put troops in there like this. Oops, eventually. Hard to fit them in there. There we go. So you can fit two troops on either side. So you can fit two in here. You have a magnet on the top here. All right. And then, of course, pull this out. You also have spots for two more troopers on the other side. Now, this is meant to come out because, once again, you could also put, believe it or not, they show it on the cartoon. I guess you could probably do it on the toy as well, but they show a smaller ship could fit in here. I find that hard to believe. I don't think the smaller ship can. I think that's just too tight. But they also have other things that can go in here. Like, I know they have like a fueling piece that you could hook in here that has like fuel hoses and stuff. So if he's flying supplies to other people, you could probably also put cargo and stuff in there. So there's a lot of cool things that you could do with this back piece and what have you, other than, you know, the standard storage of this here. And then this just pushes back in. So like I said, the motor on mine's a little weak, but it does work. So that's all the main play features and everything that goes on with this ship. It has a lot of really cool stuff. I do like this ship a lot. Okay, so let's get into my final thoughts of this. So first off, I feel like everything works very well on this ship. All the different play features and what have you. The magnets, the play device for the bombing system, how the canopies open, and so far. Yes, on this one, the motor is a little weak, so the back doesn't come out as good as it used to. I had one of these when I was a kid, and it actually opened and shut pretty easily. Um, I've seen a couple of videos on how to repair the motorized piece in there. I might actually do that one day. But for the most part, it is what it is, and I really like it. The scale is a little bit smaller than most of your toys of the 80s. Like I said earlier, they're kind of about the same scale as the mass figures. So they may work well with that, but your 3 3/4 figures, not so much. But still, it's still a cool looking ship. I do like the overall look to it. So would I recommend this for your collection? Yes, I do. I think it's a really neat looking ship, and it's unique to all your other fighter ships of the time. I mean, yes, all your fighter ships were a white, you know, like the X-Wing. You had the ship from Buck Rogers. The same with the Vipers from, you know, Battlestar Galactica. So they all had that standard white look. This did too, but it was a little bit more complex. It wasn't just a fighter ship. It was a bomber. You could also fit a crew of 2 in it along with the pilot. It can also be a personnel carrier. So this one I felt to be more versatile than your standard fighter jet from the 80s. And it's just neat looking. It has a really nice profile. I would highly recommend this ship to go with your 80s collectibles and what have you. And as I get more Starcom vehicles and toys, I will also be doing reviews on those as well as time progresses. So, with that being said, the first thing I want to do is give a shout out to everybody who helps supports this channel. First on that list is Byron Bassett and his alter ego Humongous. He does a lot of cool things for the channel. He's always been a big supporter of it. And he has his own YouTube channel and show that he does every Sunday. So go ahead and check out his information in the description. Next on that list is Action Figure Geeks. They are a Reddit channel that I am part of. They are also big supporters of this channel. Check out their information. And also Joe Goddard. He has been a big supporter of this channel, and he just started his own YouTube channel. So go ahead and check him out as well. And most importantly, all of you, everybody who likes, shares, subscribes, become members, watches these videos all the way through. I appreciate every single one of you. Without you guys, this channel wouldn't be what it is today. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. And also check out my new Starcom playlist. There's not much on it yet, but as I buy more will be added to it. And check out my membership program. Plus, hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.